Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we're going to discuss about our research article. The title is Role Traditional Healer Play in Cancer Treatment in Malaysia, Implication for Health Promotion and Education. Welcome to our beautiful presenter. The first one is Siti Norain binti Khairizamli. Second is Farah binti Nazaruddin. And finally, which is me, Nurul Fatiyah binti Shawal. Our research contains introduction, method, data, and conclusion. There are two authors for this research article, which is Shara Miriam and Mazana Muhammad. They are from University of Georgia, Athens, Georgia, USA, and University Putra Malaysia, Sedang, Malaysia. This article was published on 2013. Our main objective is to know why population in Malaysia consult with traditional healer even in the same time seeking treatment from the Western medical system. Next, we have introduction. The introduction are more focused about traditional healer. Traditional healer is a first culture and only source treatment for ailment ranging from an infection to fracture, to chronic disease, to emotional, spiritual, and distress. It also a local non-biomedical health practitioner who has inherited or create method that utilize botanical, animal, and mineral product as a symbolic method. It is to treat physical, mental, and social disease, also conflict in community. Our next slide is based on benefit of traditional healer. There are 4 benefits are listed in this research article. The first one is traditional healer are more accessible in health resource. Second, they perceive meeting social and physical needs of their patient in addition to addressing physical concern. Thirdly, they create a more intimate relationship than most Western trained doctor and hospital staff. Lastly, they are easily available, conveniently located, also did not request any cash for treatment, and properly identify the cause of illness. There are 3 categories of traditional healer in Malaysia. It is divided based on Malay, Chinese, and Indian. This slide is more focused on Malay traditional healer, which also divided into 3, which is Islamic healer, Bomo, and Bombata. The Islamic healer is more about Islamic religion belief and use version from the Quran. Bomo use variety of handout, traditional method like herbal remedy, ceremonial reincarnation, exorcism, and sorcery. Lastly, Bomo Patah is also called as bone doctor or bone setter. We also have a Chinese and Indian healer, but this community have a practice document through traditional Chinese medicine in complementary alternative medicine or Indian community.
Formatted data is collected from interviewing 14 traditional healers, 13 cancer survivors, and 12 medical sciences specialists. Traditional healers are identified from reputation, word of mouth, and by referral from cancer patients themselves. 9 of them identified as traditional healers or Bomo, using a variety of spiritual or religious methods, herbs, flowers, fruits, and roots. 3 are Islamic healers or Quranic, while the rest 2 are herbalists and homeopathic healers. The cancer survivor interviewed had assessed both Western medical system and traditional healers, that is, refer from the cancer support group, friends, and relatives of cancer patients. From 13 of them, 12 are women. Meanwhile, 12 medical cancer specialists, which are the oncologists, radiologists, and surgeons, are identified through patient recommendation, health clinics, hospital, and cancer support groups that are from Kuala Lumpur area and rural area. Interviews conducted in English and also in Bahasa Malaysia that are digitally recorded and transcribed verbatim. Analysis of the interview data from traditional healer, cancer survivor, and medical doctor results in identifying 4 roles of Malay traditional healer play in cancer treatment, which is the first one is medicinal healer, second one is emotional comforter, spiritual guide, and palliative caregiver. The first role is medicinal healer because patients aspect the healer will treat their physical ailment. Some patients know or suspect with cancer, while others may not be diagnosed with cancer yet. but have painful physical symptoms causing distress. There are many methods applied to treat patients as medicinal healer. These include the use of mixed herbs with plant roots and spiritual incantation like blessing drinking water. The herbs used are white pepper with pure natural honey that is for breast cancer, paste from betel leaf, gambel, lime, and a little bit of sugar that is said can cure small sized lump, and a drink made from wild kang, button flower leaves, money plant, and turmeric. Second method used is transferring the disease using yam plant and bitter nut leaf dipped in honey. Then they will instruct the disease into those plants. For method using yam plant, patient will plant the yam plant and let it to die. Third method is using combination of treatment which are acupuncture, prayer, verses from Quran, eating special herbs, and the next method is acupuncture. Last one is microdilution of remedies. Patient felt relief after treatment and they can observe that the tumor becomes softer and shrunk, which then help them sleep comfortably after the treatment. As emotional comforter, the traditional healers give motivation and courage to fight cancer. There also is some anxiety caused by cultural taboo and misinformation. For instance, cancer patients feel a diagnosis is equivalent to a death sentence. For women, they will do most anything to avoid mastectomy, and the traditional healer or bomo definitely not remove the breast because they will just resect something which does not include surgery or removal of any body parts. Other than that, treatment by traditional healers are very friendly with little side effect, as many of them give positive feedback on this treatment. Also, patients will have physiological comfort that they could be cured, as many of them felt relief after the treatment. Last but not least, this type of treatment also allows family members to come and discuss together without time restriction during treatment.
Alright, next role is spiritual guide. Spiritual guide play a role in cancer treatment by attending to the emotional component and address to the spiritual concern to give hope and brave spirit to the patient to survive their life even they are struggling with their cancer. In Islamic healer, we believe that God gives the illness to make us get close to Him, and we believe rise the spirit can treat your emotion so that we become accepting the faith and do not get too stressed. Doctor treat patient physically while patient recite any verse related to the spirit to treat their spiritual part. So patient will get both treatment physically and psychological at the same time. The result is cancer survivors spoke quite strongly about the spiritual comfort obtained from the traditional healer. An Islamic healer is give a peace of feeling because we believe God always helps us. Then spiritual guide inspired people to seek standard treatment because God convinced us to figure out the best solution for our problem. And medical treatment is one of the endeavor we figure out. And the last one is palliative caregiver. It is a good spiritual motivation for the patient who cannot receive any treatment. Commonly happen to the patient who at last stage and they just focus about the quality of life. The result are give another hope to patient to keep survive their life by recommended traditional healer as another choice. For example, recommended patient where cannot provide any treatment like a severe pancreatic cancer. If patient asks us for another choice, we recommended they to take allopathic medicine like chemotherapy. Conclusion is from the interview with the traditional healer, cancer survivor and medical specialist was uncovered 4 roles traditional healer play in cancer treatment in Malaysia. For medicinal healer, it helps in relief from cancer pain or pain after receive any treatment for the cancer. And for the emotional comforter, it helps in decrease anxiety feelings about the medical treatment. Then the spiritual guide help patient inspire the spirit to keep survive and seek for another home. And lastly, we have the palliative caregiver, which is contribute patient to focus their life even there are no choice in another treatment. And we know that traditional healer is more accessible and more affordable, especially in the poor or rural area. And then we know they're embedded in the social culture and religious fabric. That's all from us about the traditional healer. Bye.